Hello you guys, what is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Samantha and I am the Gem Priestess. I am an energy healer who helps you to figure out why your body is maybe going through some kind of extra pain, some pains that maybe you don't really know how or where they came from, and help you to figure out, kind of what that pain is, why it's there, and helping you to kind of relieve that pain. So I work with people on a daily basis to help figure that out, because as many times with our bodies are very smart. Our bodies work to take care of us and to protect us. And the number one way of doing that is maybe holding in some kind of negative things that have kind of happened to us that we've experienced through childhood, adolescence, being a young adult. And, our body will then kind of send us signals. Those signals do come in the form of pain. And that is the body's way of saying, hey, I can't really take care of this anymore. I'm going to need you to pay attention to this. And so that is why our body sometimes will get a little fucky and will definitely kind of show us, hey, I need you to pay attention to this right now. So I work with you to help figure out, kind of what your body is trying to say and how we can work through that so that you can stop feeling that way, and how to set, healthy coping mechanisms and healthy boundaries so that we never get there again. But, for today's video, I definitely wanted to, talk about a little more of kind of my specific spiritual journey and how, I can kind of see these things be issues with other people, people that I do work with. A lot of times, it was really hard for me in the beginning, and I will say even now, sometimes it is kind of weird working with affirmations, kind of like, how do they work? How can I really get behind them? And really it's kind of working down and working with kind of what you feel is believable and how we can kind of get there. So that is definitely what I wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys about today, because I think it is something that is really important, and affirmations are a really great way to learn things about yourself, learn where you are, learn what you want, and kind of help to bridge that gap to get there. So I definitely wanted to, like I said, talk about that today, but I think that is enough rambling for now. So let's just go ahead and get into today's video. Alright, so kind of with me, how it started with affirmations, obviously being online, being on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, on TikTok, affirmations, at least on the side of the internet that I'm on, affirmations are everywhere, oh, like, I'm going to be a millionaire, and I am worthy, and I am worthy of having a healthy body that works. I am worthy of, 6-figure months, things like that, where, yeah, all of those things sound really nice, and yeah, I want all of those things, but for me and where I was, I'm not saying that it's not possible, but for me and what I see in a lot of other people is that they are not ready for those things yet. And there's nothing wrong with that. I will definitely say that, working with affirmations, I started there. I would go through, and I used to have affirmations go off, I think every hour on my phone. I would set them as reminders, and I'd have okay, the first 3 hours of the day are for my root chakra affirmations, and they would be oh, I'm grounded, I'm safe, I'm nurtured, stuff like that, all things that we want and things that are great to hear and things that are great to have. It is great to be safe and to be nurtured, but sometimes we don't always feel that way, where I was in my life during that time, I felt more so safe and nurtured than I did living where in the house that I grew up in. In that house, if I were to say to myself oh yeah, I feel safe and nurtured every day, no, I would not believe that, because that just wasn't something that I could get behind. Obviously, if I could get behind that, I could change that, and I could say, yeah, this is now a home where I am safe, where I am nurtured, where I am cared for, but I couldn't get behind that then. and moving away from that, I was like, oh, okay, like this is what I want a safe and nurturing home to feel like, and what I want it to be, and I got to define that. And so then I was able to then feel stable in those feelings of being cared for and being secured. But whereas right now in my life, let's say if I were to, have an affirmation pop up on my phone, even the same one every hour of, oh, I can make $1 million in a month, every single month, and, make even more on top of that, I would be freaked out. I'd be like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is to be a millionaire, a multi-millionaire at that point. I don't know what that's like, so I can't connect with that. I can't, absolutely, I want that, but there were so many other obstacles that I had to get through to get there. Before I did that, I would have to, I would then have to be like, oh, okay, well, I need to be, booked super consistently, and I need to raise my prices to this, and really get in the logic of that, which is where with affirmations, it's not always logical. It leaves you're supposed to be leaving an open space for these things to come naturally. But for me, I'd be like, oh my gosh, well, for me to be a millionaire, to make $1 million every month, I'd have to charge my energy healings, at a super crazy price to then be able to make that. And I don't, and so obviously that is not the case. My energy healings are not priced that way. If you are curious about that, there is a link down below where you guys can check that out, check it out and maybe book one for yourself. But I guarantee you they are not nowhere near $1 million. But so to do that would be very scary, and I couldn't get behind that, so I had to go back, and when I was first making affirmations, like I said, really think about what things could I get behind. At the time, I remember I like chop my hair off to here. I do that very often, where I will like chop all of my hair off. So it was like to here. My hair was like super thinning. As you guys know, or if you don't know, I do suffer from scalp psoriasis. So like my hair was just like falling out all the time. Like it was super thin. I was like, oh my God, like what is going on? And I was just like, no, like I decided right then and there, I was like, I am someone who has long hair. I am someone where when I go out, someone's going to compliment me on my hair. And, did it take some time for that to come through? Absolutely it did. But now I'm someone where this is the longest my hair has been since I was like 13 years old. And honestly the thickest too, and like the healthiest it has been since then. And this is all my natural hair. I used to do extensions, so my hair used to be longer, but I don't count that because that wasn't my hair. But this is the longest that my natural hair has been since then, and it truly is because of those affirmations. It would pop up twice a day on my phone, and it would just say, I have long, healthy hair, and it would pop up on there. And now I truly believe, yeah, I do. I have long, healthy hair. There's no split ends. I take care of it. And, like I said, this is the longest it's been in a long time. And really seeing that and noticing that, I could really see like, oh yeah, affirmations totally work, but it was just I had to get so fully behind it. And it doesn't necessarily have to come from the place like I did, where I was like so like distraught, and I was so like saddened of like, oh my God, my hair is falling out, it's so short, I don't know what to do with it, blah blah blah, however I felt at the time. And even all of those things were signs of my body telling me, hey, we need to pay attention to this, something is going on. And so that was always, it was something that was really big for me. And at the time, I wasn't yet into this line of work as I am in now, so I didn't necessarily know that was my body saying something to me. But I was like, no, I'm going to fix this. I want my life to be like this. I want my hair to be this length. And I was like, no, I'm not going to touch my hair until it gets to the length that it is now. I'm not going to cut it. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to leave it. And that was what I did. I let it grow out. I let it do what it wanted to do. And then I bleached half of my head and popped a color back into it, because that's something that is so normal to me and is so natural to me. And now I couldn't even imagine, how I felt before. I only know because I've written it in many journals of mine, but I can't even imagine that now. So getting behind that and going to say, okay, yes, if you work for yourself, saying, yes, I'm going to sign 3 new clients this month, and get behind that, and then set up affirmations on your phone, written on your mirror, on your wall, in your notebook, in your journal that you open up to every day of, people notice my work. People see what I'm doing. I am calling in people who want to and are eager to be healed and to go through the work, or whatever it is that your line of work is. Of course, those would be my affirmations. And so going through those things and really getting behind that and really feeling, what does that feel like? Was a big thing too for my hair. I keep referencing my hair because it's so much easier to actually see. But I kept referencing, I kept talking about my own hair affirmations, and I could sit there and be like, no, I could visualize my hair being the length that I wanted it to be, looking the way that I wanted it to look. And so that's what affirmations can really help you do, is to help you to visualize the things that you want. So if I want a healthy body, I can imagine, I can wake up and I don't have to lay in bed suffering, or counting down the time until I have to get up and then my body's in pain again, because that was something that was always so big with me. Is I used to lay down and I would try to lay in bed for 2 hours, because I was like, it just feels nice to lay. And I knew the moment that I got up, my back was gonna hurt, my hips were gonna hurt, I was gonna pop, left and right. So you don't have to do that. You can imagine what it's like to stand up and not feel any pain. You can imagine and visualize what it's like to walk around and not be, slumped into yourself, not having stomach issues, not having headaches. These are all things that I went through that I now can say, oh, okay, yeah, I don't get headaches the way that I used to. My hips don't hurt like they used to. Obviously, my hair isn't falling out like it used to. So these are all things that I can get behind, and that then mean that I can heal myself. So if that's something for you, you can definitely look into telling yourself, setting up affirmations wherever it is that will work best for you, of saying, yeah, I am someone who can be healed. I am healed. I am, someone whose back doesn't hurt. I am someone who doesn't suffer from headaches. I am someone who wakes up and is feeling great in their body, because that's ultimately what we want at the end of the day. And really getting behind that and envisioning what that would be like, it's going to help things to fall into place a whole lot faster. Yes, there are going to be things that you have to kind of work through to get there, but it's going to be so much easier for you to see those things and to catch those things when you can see what you want on the other side of that. And you can make even just the smallest steps towards that, or the biggest steps. If you're like, no, I'm over it now, you can do that. And that is something that is really special about, affirmations, and really doing the work, the personal development work on yourself, of being like, okay, yeah, I wanted this, and I did the work, and I got it out, and I got it. Doing the work, I was able to get the results that I wanted. And that is something that is so special and is so pure, and that I love being able to help people with. So definitely, I used to vote no on affirmations. I was like, they do not work for me. I can't do it. It's not for me. But now I am someone where definitely I vote yes every single time on affirmations. Affirmations are going to work wonders for you, especially affirmations with a meditation. Oh, I love that. That is some of the best stuff for me. So definitely, I vote yes on affirmations. You should vote yes on affirmations. If you guys have any good juicy affirmations, definitely comment down below. I would love to hear them. I'd love to, or I guess read them, but I'd love to know what you guys are working with. I will definitely leave some down in the description box, some that I have that pop up on my phone every day. See if you guys can get some goodies out of that too. But also down in the description box, I will link, as always, a link to my website where you guys can check out kind of how my energy healing sessions work. You can, kind of see how they work, hear from past clients of mine, see what people have to say, see if you vibe with it, and maybe even book one for yourself. Let's get you some good affirmations going for you. Let's get yourself feeling better, not feeling in pain anymore. And then also linked down below will be my Instagram and my Twitter. You guys can follow me both over there. I am just at the Gem Priestess. So you guys can, click that or just hop on over there and follow me. I love being able to connect with you guys, and I am definitely on Instagram a lot more than I am on YouTube, and probably Twitter too, but I am trying to step my Twitter game up, guys, I promise. But that is definitely going to be it for today's video. So like I said, if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any good affirmations, comment down below. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I enjoyed hanging out with you, and I cannot wait until I see you guys next time. Bye bye.